Fall, believe it or not, is going to come to an end. Winter is right around the corner. And here with our warm season turf grasses, there's really not a whole lot that you need to do to prepare for winter. But I've got a few suggestions and things that I want to talk about that are on my mind, and I just wanted to share it with everyone. To begin with, I want to talk about the term winterizing your lawn. You may hear the term winterizing and hear people talking about winterizing their yard, and it makes it sound like they're talking about spraying something on their grass to protect the grass from the winter, from freezing temperatures. But that sort of thing does not exist. There's no product, at least here for our warm season turf grasses, there's no product that exists that you spray on the grass to make it go dormant or to protect it from winter. So there may be a little controversy around that word because I hear it often, but I'm here to tell you we don't spray anything to protect your yard from freezing temperatures. Here in Alabama, with warm season turf grasses, your grass goes dormant naturally when we start having freezing temperatures at nighttime, and your grass goes dormant to protect itself from winter, from the freezing temperatures. So in a way, your grass is naturally winterizing itself. But I'm here to tell you there's no products out there that you spray on your yard to winterize it. I wish we could just take the term winterizing out of our vocabulary just to cut down on confusion, because that term really does confuse a lot of people. Now, sometimes when you hear someone talking about winterizing their yard, they're talking about spraying pre-emergent. I heard someone say, I just winterized my yard yesterday, and I started talking to them and they were talking about their fall pre-emergent treatment. Well, you should just say, I'm spraying pre-emergent. Which brings me to my next point, and I want to say some things about fall pre-emergent. So this is the week of Thanksgiving. If you haven't gotten your fall pre-emergent down yet, it's most likely too late. You really need to get your fall pre-emergent down in the months of September and October. So with it being the week of Thanksgiving, it's most likely too late. I'm already seeing some poana starting to pop up. Once you start seeing that, it's really too late. If you want to, you can still get the fall pre-emergent down. It's not going to hurt anything, but it's not going to be as efficient, and you probably won't see good results just simply because it's too late. I also want to talk about removing your leaves on a regular basis. Here in the South, this year, it stayed warmer for longer. So there's still a lot of leaves on the trees that have not fallen yet. But just stay on top of that chore. Make it a regular chore. And I'm talking about every 2 or 3 days. Just get out there with your blower, remove the leaves from your grass. Because if you let those leaves sit on your grass for a long period of time, it will choke out the grass. Just think about laying a blanket on your grass. If you have a thick layer of leaves on the ground, the sunlight is not hitting the soil, it's not breathing, so you're basically just killing your grass the longer you let those leaves stay there. So make it a good habit of removing leaves. And then I want to talk about mowing height. So one of the main questions I get is, what should my mowing height be? And I really don't like to give anyone a specific mowing height, because every yard is different. And that's also another kind of controversial subject, is everybody has their own opinions about their mowing height. But the main thing I will tell you is, do not scalp your yard going into winter. You want a good amount of height in your grass as we're leaving fall and going into winter. You want the taller grass to protect the roots of your grass from freezing temperatures. If you scalp your yard this time of year, you're exposing the roots of your grass to freezing temperatures, and most likely you'll end up with some sort of winter damage. So make sure that you kind of let your grass grow a little bit as we're coming to the end of fall, moving into winter. And by doing that, you kind of create that canopy there so that your grass itself will protect the roots from freezing temperatures and winter damage. So this has been a weird fall so far. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we have stayed warm later than it usually does. So our grass is still not dormant yet. I don't even think we've gone down below freezing yet, but a couple of nights from now, we are supposed to have our coldest snap of the year so far, where it's going to go below freezing, and then immediately after that, our grass is going to start going dormant. But here we are at the end of November, and there's still nutgrass. Nutgrass is still out, which is weird because that's a summertime weed. But I'm also starting to see poana and other wintertime weeds already starting to pop up. So this has just been a weird year so far. Like I mentioned earlier, you can go ahead and spray fall pre-emergent, but it's not going to be as efficient. You really want to get that out in September and October. But if you have it and you want to spray it, you know, you might still benefit from it. Mix up some post-emergent in there as well to help get rid of this nutgrass and other weeds that you may see in. I already saw some henbit a couple of days ago. Now, I also understand that if you're from the north and you have cool season turf grass, the things that I'm saying are probably not making much sense to you. Everything is probably just the complete opposite for you guys. But down here, you know, warm season turf grass is here in Alabama. Just look at how green this grass still is. November 26th. Our grass has usually already gone dormant at this point. And for cool season turf grasses, you guys are probably getting ready to aerate, you know, overseed, fertilizing, all that type stuff. But we're slowing down here in the south. We're getting ready for our grass to go dormant. And for the purposes of this video, that's what I'm talking about. So, you know, there's really not a whole lot that we need to do here in the south to quote unquote winterize your lawn, where as in other parts of the country they may use that term winterizing their lawn by talking about overseeding, aerating, fertilizing. And that brings me to my last point here for warm season turf grasses. Do you need to fertilize your lawn? At the end of November, there's really no point in fertilizing your lawn. I trust that you've done a good job at fertilizing your lawn throughout the summer. You should have a good solid root system going into wintertime. So I typically don't put any fertilizer out in the fall. Our grass is just going to go dormant, and it'll just kind of be a waste of product. So no, there's no need in fertilizing your lawn here for warm season turf grasses.